This is a Wire Up TV production. Best Tupac Alive channel and past and present political news team. The Gab interview. Part 1 of 2.
Dan,
What up, Gabbo? Gab.
can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Gab?
How's it going? What's up, yo? How I sound? I sound fucked up. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Bro. You're good. You're good.
Oh,
All right. So this
All
is
right,
my
good.
this is my homie dog right here, Joe Grassi up, Gab. He's on
hey,
the
nice
line.
to meet you. What's up, fam? How's it going? Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, man.
So what you doing, Gab?
Nothing chilling, man. We live yet or what's popping?
Nah. So this is gonna be a one-on-one interview, and I'm basically gonna record it, and then I'm gonna put it onto a video because I was doing live videos, but for some reason when I do lives on my phone, I can't. I mean, the people can't hear me for shit. I mean, I sound all low. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I know they had a lot of questions they wanted to ask you. I was reading some of the comments. Some people were actually be thinking that Tupac run my channel himself, or that, I am Pac, or just a front man. You know, man, Gab was just a front man. But me and you know that's not true.
Of course.
So I was wondering if this is going to be live or not. But it's even better, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You record it and put it out later. You record it, put it out later.
Of course,
Yeah.
my friend, of course. I mean, I think I'm gonna put it out tonight, but if we go longer than half an hour, then I'll go ahead and make it like a double part. But if not, then I'll drop it out tonight.
Okay, yeah, half an hour is good because the school, Baltimore City school, start tomorrow morning. So I got kids to drop off in the morning. So,
Hell yeah,
sure
that'll work.
it's better, but it's all good. We're gonna make it entertaining. I'm an open book, so
That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
get whatever you need from me.
Okay, Gab. So hey, Joe, what was that gentleman's name that I told you to? Oh,
Yeah.
Jimbo Slice.
Jimbo
right?
Slice?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Gab. So there's a gentleman by the name of Jimbo Slice that told me to tell you what's up. He's a big fan of your channel and all that good stuff. And he asked me to ask you if you can please tell us the story of the phone call when your sister got a phone call against right after Tupac allegedly passed away. If you can tell us that
Oh
story.
yeah, let me give a shout out to Jimbo real quick. Jimbo is a diehard Machiavelli Media fan. He's a true friend of the show. You know what I mean? Salute Jimbo. He's been riding since day one. And I got a lot of people like that out there I like to give a shout to, but it's too many to name. But definitely, the story was, my sister knew a guy named Fred. They was dating, and Fred had a bunch of pictures with Tupac. Like, he used to show him all the time, Tupac pictures and like Redman pictures. And when Tupac died, they called me on the three-way one night. And she was like, tell him, you wanted me to tell him. And he was like, I just was calling and let you know, man, Pac, all right. And I was like, what you mean? And he was like, just know he all right. I talked to him. He had to do what he had to do. And that's what truly was said to me. But, had to take it with a grain of salt because us, as fans, we ain't heard nothing from Tupac. You know what I mean? Since 1996. But, part of the allure of what I'm able to do is, Tupac lived here for a long time. And I can tell you things that you can't find on a DVD. Things that happened to Tupac that only family members would know because one of his best friends used to bring him to my neighborhood every day. I was younger than him, but there was a guy named Speedy in my neighborhood. Speedy was the star athlete, and he went to Dunbar. And Tupac went to Dunbar too. But they only talk about the School of the Arts here when they talk about Tupac, but that's not accurate.
Yeah.
They only credit Tupac for being here 3 years. Tupac was here for like 6 or 7 years.
Oh wow.
He went to elementary school, middle school, and high school here.
Wow.
Oh wow.
But they only talk about his high school years, right? So Speedy, I always wanted to rap. I was a fan of hip hop since I was born. Speedy would come to my neighborhood where he lived. He would talk about how they won talent contests and they just rocked the show and all of that. And all the older guys would laugh at him. But I'm very impressionable, so I'm like, wow, y'all rap? I never heard Speedy say rap in his life, not even somebody else raps. I'm really eager to hear what he got going on. So he would be like, yo, I got this guy from New York. He rap. He this, he that, he that. So I couldn't wait for him to bring him through our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And when he brought him through the neighborhood, he never rapped. I was like, this nigga don't even fucking rap. How did he rap but don't even rap? So I'm a kid, so I can't make him rap. I'm all ears. He never gave us a rap. Matter of fact, he was quiet. He was reserved. And, my neighborhood was a jungle. We used to actually play basketball in the alley, dribbling over dope needles and crack vials.
Oh,
and
damn.
The hoop was hooked up to a tree. Matter of fact, Speedy put the hoop up. So, Tupac would come out there, man, and be, really quiet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of uneasy. My most memorable encounter with Tupac is when Speedy cut his hair in the backyard and really messed his hair up. Shout out to my man Bobo, my man Fiddle, who was in the yard with me while Tupac was getting a bowl fade. You know what I mean? We call it bowl fades, but they got no blend on the side. So, but I know things about Pac, like I said, that only family members would know because, when I started telling those stories, people that grew up with Tupac, like Mouse Man, hit me up like, dude, I know you know what you're talking about because I remember that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's how I was able to integrate in the Tupac circle like that because, I was there for a small portion of it way before stardom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And that was the allure for me because I'm like, yo, I had no idea that was the same guy that was in Digital Underground. It didn't really hit me until the Juice movie came out. When the whole neighborhood started talking, like, yo, Mama Speedy used to bring him through, and I was like, damn, that sure is him. You know what I mean? And because nobody had ever really blew from my city. Like, I'm not mad at Tupac when he claimed Oakland or, L.A. because at that time, we didn't have a Run DMC like New York. Yeah. We didn't have an NWA like L.A. We didn't have Digital Underground like Oakland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was nothing flashy about Baltimore City at the time that would make him want to poke his chest out and say, hey, I'm from Baltimore. We just a blue collar, tough little town. You know what I mean? And he was part of that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Definitely was part of that.
Well,
Hell yeah.
That's an interesting story, my friend. So Joe, you got some questions for him, my friend?
Yeah. How do you believe that he's perhaps alive still, or what's your thoughts on that?
I couldn't hear the question.
Yeah. Do you believe he's still alive, or what is your thoughts on that?
So here's the whole thing. Because anybody that follow me, I had Gab and Sam first. And I switched over to Machiavelli Media. I ran through a bunch of trouble with my old channel. And I took down a bunch of classic videos that you guys made classic. And I just started over from scratch. My whole thing about Tupac being alive when I did those videos was all based in reality. I'm not into, the fairy tale stuff, the big stupid conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
My thing was Tupac died so abruptly and with so much mystery around it, that it was worth looking into. And there was too many, things that didn't add up that me, as a free thinker, wanted to question. If you got ADHD like myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mind roams, and you just don't settle on one thing. Now, over the years, with Tupac being in silence or something like that, I would have to agree with the obvious. Maybe they did kill Tupac that night, but I will say this: there's enough mystery and question marks that anybody with a rational mind can actually question what happened that night, and if he did die, because there's a lot of things that don't make sense.
Yeah.
I won't look at nobody crazy for questioning these things because a lot of things don't add up. You know what I mean? It don't add up.
Yep.
But the whole thing was mysterious. So who knows?
Cool. Oh yeah, cool. Hell yeah.
That's true, my friend. So Gab, I got another question, my friend. What do you think? And I'm pretty sure you've seen this before, or if you haven't seen it, you've heard about it from somebody. There's some channels on YouTube. I don't want to mention the names or anything like that, but they speak a lot about Tupac being a cop or an FBI agent or this and this and this and that. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, you know what? I spoke, and I actually had a nice conversation with one of those guys. You know, man, he had came at me for something that I had did to him, and we talked it out like grown men should. And you know, my thing is this: I've never had to shit on nobody else to make myself look big. You feel me?
For sure.
I don't have to stand on the next man and say, "Look at me." Everything I did on my own, and I'm appreciative to anybody that supports me. So I'm not gonna talk down about nobody, but I will say this: a true Tupac fan can see Tupac's rise to stardom from being a roadie to being to climbing his way up the ladder to superstar status. You saw the whole journey. Nothing was given to him. Nothing was manufactured. You saw his struggles. You saw his victories. For somebody to say it was fabricated or was all put together was foolish, because he didn't just drop out of nowhere and became successful. You saw a gradual, progression. And somebody like myself that saw it from the beginning, he wasn't no agent then. You know what I mean? When he wasn't no agent, getting his head messed up in the backyard on Ashland Avenue and Castle Street. You know what I mean? He wasn't no agent then when he was going to Dunbar High looking for his mother when she was hanging with my man and Martinez moms. You know what I mean? So, damn, it's foolish to me. It's almost like, I think some of these channels actually be in awe with Tupac. Yeah. And they question why they think he's so good or why they thought he was so great. And then they say, all right, well, it's got to be something to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody has to make it this way. Instead of just appreciating what he was. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I heard somebody talk about Kobe Bryant. Colin Cowherd was talking about Kobe Bryant one day, and he was talking about the Lakers fans complaining about something. He said, you know what? You Lakers fans better take a picture. Because I tell you, it ain't going to never be another Kobe Bryant to walk through that gym again.
Nope.
So in other words, people don't cherish what they got until it's gone. And then, some people don't know how to take that. I'm going to leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, Pac was special, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
I agree 100% with you, Gab. Joe, do you got something else?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that Glasses Malone video?
I gave my thoughts on Glasses Malone. Yeah. As an artist, I hate to make this about myself, but I have to give you my opinion because, I had to tell you where it comes from. Yeah. I'm a rap artist myself. I signed a 2-year deal with RBC Records in 2010. My deal only lasted 2 years, but my label mates was E40, Tech 9, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Soon as I signed the deal for Brian at RBC Records, my camp started beefing with Tech 9 camp. Tech 9 is like the crown jewel of their record company.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Strange music come through them. So I already started on a bad foot. I had some music previously recorded, and I said a line about Tech 9. I wasn't talking about him, but his camp. But I was talking about him. And where I'm from, my crew I had with me wasn't bumped about, back down. They was like, what? It's whatever. And I was like, no. So these guys beef in public. My camp and his camp beef in public on their Facebook page like the first day they opened it. And I was like, they beef for like 24 hours. So I was like, I started off on a bad foot with them, man, and then, the things happened contractual, and I actually sat down on my own product, and they still put it out. Y'all can still buy Gabbo, the one and only, but it forced me to start my own stuff independently.
Yeah.
And, that's how I started my YouTube channel, to actually promote my own music independently. Next thing I know, I talk about Tupac. Tupac take over my whole channel. You know what I mean? That's what happened with Gab Sam. You gotta give the people what they want. But back to Glasses Malone, I said that to say this. As an artist, he was trying to think outside the box. As an artist, you sit around and say, what would be dope? Nobody ever did this before. what if I do a rap from the perspective of Orlando Anderson? No, wow, I knew that. I knew he probably was like pumped when he thought of that, right?
Yeah.
The thing is though, as an artist, you only see your vision. People around you don't see what your intentions are, and the average fan definitely don't always understand what you're trying to do. So even though his intentions might have been one way, you know, from the outside looking in, it's very disrespectful. And, you know, the title of it, to me, was in poor taste. You know, the visuals, you know, the idea, the concept, that's one thing. But the Tupac Must Die thing, you know, rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because that's sensitive subject matter because Tupac did die. So, you know what I mean? You got to be really careful when you're dealing with, you know, people in mourning. And people come to these websites and come to these YouTube channels because they still miss Tupac.
Yeah.
You know, and we keep Tupac relevant. You know, we all play a part because, like I say, Tupac left so much more to be desired on the table when his life was cut short like that, you know. People need closure. People want to, you know, gather. People want to reminisce. People want stories. People want to keep the ball moving, man. And, you know, I'm just fortunate to be a part of that.
Hell yeah.
That's for sure, Gav. So what does Gav got next on his plate? I mean, is there any new music coming out? And if there is, where can, you know, everybody find that?
Man, I got so much stuff on the table right now. You know, some things I got behind the scenes I got cooking up. You know, things take time because, you know, I never mistake quality for quantity. You know what I mean? Some guys like to be in a rush, and I'm a rush and get this done. And when everybody look at me, I take my time with it. If it don't happen this year, maybe next year. But when it happens, it's gonna be done right. You know what I mean? It's gonna be done right, and it's gonna be done out of respect, and it's gonna be well thought out. So my next moves, man, I already got a lot of things choreographed. Some things I can't talk about yet because, you know, like I said, if you don't fail to plan, you plan to fail. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure you got everything lined up before you put things into motion sometimes. So, you know, anybody questioning my next move, just hold tight. You'll see it. As far as music is, you know, I'm not really inspired right now to do music, man. You know, my inspirations to do music, of course, is Tupac. Of course, rappers like Nas, you know, but it's also the element, you know. I have to breathe and eat and sleep hip-hop. You know what I mean? If anybody want to check my music out, you can go to iTunes and put in Gabbo, check out the Gypsy album. Gabbo the Gypsy album, that's the title of it. Or Gabbo Dracula, or Gabbo Streets of Jupiter, or you could go to RBC and get Gabbo the One and Only from them. It's a 6-song EP I put together with them. But, you know, as far as new music, I got so much music laying around. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it because, you know, life is good right now. Let's just put it that way. Life is good, and, you know, music was kind of unkind to me, man, so I ain't in a rush to put out a bunch of new music. I still want people to hear the work I already did. I done won every award you could win. But yet, you know, it is what it is.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
So what's your thoughts on these new rappers that are coming out that sound almost exactly like Pac, like Casanova the Don, Black Haze?
Oh, shout out to Casanova the Don, man. Me and Casanova, we working on something right now. I can't speak on it yet. He know what it is. He know what it is, and you know, I hope he hear this. You know, I'm gonna be getting to him real soon.
Yeah,
we already got some things in motion.
We had him on our show.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Casanova, man, and I hope you hear this. Boy, we about to shake the game up. We about to shake the game up, yes sir.
Can't wait for that one, man.
But let me say this though, man. I love what you guys do too, man. You know, I be peeking in every now and then, and you know, like the OG. Sometimes I'll be hollering to scream, "No, wait a minute, Danny!" like the story about Tupac in Cuba. I actually saw that broadcast that night, but it wasn't Cuba. But you know what? Cuba and Haiti is like on the same island, right? So,
Yeah.
You know, it's really like the same thing, but you know, those people that saw Tupac in the airport, man, that was at a Haitian airport.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
It was a Haitian airport. I'll never forget it. You know, because people don't understand, man, as a teenager, when that was going down, I was glued to the TV. It was like reality television at its finest. But this was like somebody we really cared about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So every time that, you know, 60 Minutes would come on or something would come across the screen, I want to see it was an update. You know, we ain't had an internet like we got now where you could just Google, is Tupac doing all right? You had to wait for like a live news feed to really tell you what's going on. So every time something would come on the news, I'm right there. Is Pac all right? Is he all right? And this you know, he had already died at this point. And then, you know, it's strange news out of Haiti. You know what I mean? People at the airport, you know, calling the police station and calling the news station saying they spotted Tupac. It was the first mass Tupac sighting ever recorded.
Oh, that's crazy.
And you know, that's weird because what made them people do that?
Yeah,
Right.
Was that on September 14th? 96?
It was in September. It was in September '96. Absolutely. He was this was like right after it happened.
Wow.
And you know, he was in an airport and people went crazy. And you know, I don't know what they saw, but they saw enough to actually call the authorities and call the news coverage out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard too. Vegas was getting more reports that he was alive than witnesses for the shooting.
Mm-hmm. I remember that night too. I remember you see that clip when the guy said, "Once again, they respect the injured rap star to make a full recovery." That's why.
Yep.
That's why everybody was like so blindsided.
Yeah.
By Tupac dying, because by all the reports, everything was gonna be alright. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to go from everything is gonna be alright
So he's
to
on.
he did. It was like, what? Oh, wait a minute. You just told us. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just told us 2 days ago.
And- yeah,
he was
yeah.
alright. He told
that-
the
yeah.
family and yeah.
And that's what I tell
So,
them.
you
I
know-
mean, like, if you pay attention to some of these broadcasts or some of the, you know, when the hospitals broadcast stuff on TV, doctors don't really like to say much, especially they don't like to say if this person's going to die or live unless it's 100% sure, especially for a celebrity. So that was kind of weird when they came out and actually said that about Pac.
You know, I'm tell you something else I saw though. I saw when Princess died. You know, I was sitting in my apartment watching TV, smoking a blunt. And they showed Princess Di in a bad car accident. In the first report, she had a broken arm. And I was like, damn, but they showed the car, and the car was like completely mangled. I'm like, damn, she must be made out of steel. She got only a broken arm, right? I mean, the whole car looked like it was a giant can opener just ripped it up, right?
For sure.
And then 12 minutes later, they came back on and said she was dead. So sometimes, you know, the media try to brace people, like Kevin Hart. I'm worried about Kevin Hart right now because they just reported that he was in a bad car accident, and it's like everything else is like real murky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm hoping like in the next 24 hours they don't come back and tell us Kevin Hart they died on it. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I think a lot of times people they got like a huge following. Like Princess Di was the princess of a country. You know what I mean? So they trying to brace people, you know, even with Nipsey Hussle. You know, you saw the footage. When I first heard about Nipsey Hussle, you know, I was like, wow, he got shot. And then, you know, Sam and my daughter Angel said, Dad, there's footage of him getting shot. So I'm like, what? And they showed him laid on the ground, and you could see the back of his white do-rag was like open. I was like, oh, no, man.
Yeah.
And I knew right then and there, they hadn't even announced he was dead, but I was like, yo, that's his do-rag. Like, the whole back of it was open. No disrespect to him, but
Yeah.
when I saw that, I was like, come on, they just waiting to announce it. And, you know, and they waited about 3 hours later, and they was like, you know, he died. But, I mean, how long did they know that? I mean, he was laying there with the back of his fucking do-rag flew open.
Damn.
Damn.
So,
Yeah,
you know,
I have a question for you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Do you know who Reneo is?
who?
Reneo. He's friends with Casanova. He makes the Casanova hat.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know Casanova's camp that good. You know.
Oh, okay, all right.
Casanova, we working on something right now.
Cool.
In principle, I don't know his camp. You know, you probably know him better than I.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of controversy around Reneo because he makes these hats that are made in Cuba. It's a big old mystery. People are even saying that it might be Pac, but it's just another theory.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, once again, bro,
Yeah.
I'm not the guy that's gonna come on here and try to, debate with you. Because,
Yeah.
if it's not one person in your defense that can say they saw Tupac dead and,
Yep.
that was terrible. Everybody saw him in gravely ill conditions, or they saw him in the hospital, but nobody can say they saw him that way. And
Yeah.
even Suge Knight said that out of his own mouth. So,
Right.
Keep hoping for the best, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Like,
definitely.
It is what it is. Now, if Tupac did fake his death, it was for good reason. You know what I mean? And it wasn't to sell records, I can tell you that. And it wasn't to make a grand appearance then. If he disappeared like that, then he probably want to stay that way.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And I mean, we all know Tupac. I mean, he said this himself. He had a big mouth, so like you said, if he faked his death and we haven't heard anything from him yet, it's probably for good reason. He probably won't come back.
Yeah, I mean, let's just look at all the possibilities real quick. All right, why would Tupac do that? And what do we know? Well, we know somebody was trying to kill him on multiple occasions, right?
Yeah.
And and we know he had a big bullseye on his back. And if he was able to, evade going to jail or evade, being shot and killed by disappearing, then only a fool would come back out. And if he was able to survive the shooting, you don't know what kind of physical condition he may be in. He may be, I hate to say it, in a wheelchair or a hospital bed somewhere. So I mean, you don't know what the circumstances would be if he had survived the shooting. Yeah. Or just maybe, what they say is true. Maybe his assailants took his life that night. But like I said, it's a lot of mystery surrounding, and the people that really get upset over this can't answer some of the questions that you give them. Like about, about the death certificate, about the insurance policy,
autopsy picture.
Yeah. An autopsy picture, to me personally, and I don't want none of your subscribers to get mad at me because I hope them guys, love the conversation we having tonight, and I hope they all come over and follow the kid. You know what I mean?
For sure.
We continue on this journey together. But
for sure.
Those autopsy pictures I saw in '96 when she first put out her book, or was it maybe '97? And it hit me in the gut, man.
Oh damn.
It made my skin crawl to see Pac like that.
Yeah.
And to me, it didn't look fake to me. Now I hope the people are right when they say the autopsy picture is fake. I hope he don't got Machiavelli on his back. I hope it was a mannequin, but it just sure didn't look like it, man. I mean, Tupac's face looked like he was grimacing, like he was in pain, and his stomach looked all hollow and stuff, man. It just, to me, it was in poor taste, man. And I never got the opportunity to speak with Kathy Scott. I understand you did. I actually checked it out.
Yeah, for sure.
But for as a parent, God forbid, I would never want to see one of my loved ones like that, especially in a damn book. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
I feel
I
that.
could imagine how Miss Feeney Shakur may have felt about that. And I'm gonna come on and say it. I think that was in poor taste. I don't care what kind of check somebody can offer me. I would have never put somebody's kid in a book like that. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, and our subscribers here, bro, we're all open-minded, man. You know what?
Definitely.
Even in our live stream, I got people that come on and ask me, "Word up? I mean, Tupac is dead, man. I mean, why do you think he's alive?" And we have our little discussions. But you know what?
Yeah.
We all have the right to have our own opinion, and all of our subscribers, they know what's up, and all of our subscribers love you, Gab. And if they're
Yeah,
not
definitely.
subscribers right now, I'm pretty sure they're gonna
They better
subscribe
be.
right after this.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?